Ah, c'est parti pour la conférence la moins intéressante de l'E3. Alors vous savez, au cinéma je déteste les pop-corn, mais là j'en avais chez moi, je sais pas quoi en foutre. J'espère que le son ça va pas niguer, j'espère que l'enregistrement va pas couiller, même s'il y a des chances que ça couille. Hashtag les copyrights, donc on a Vampire, on a du Battlefield, on a Battlefront, on va parler de scrunch, ça va être comme ça pendant toute la vidéo, scrunch, Battlefront, on s'en bat les couilles là. What? Comment ils font ça? Oh non.
Oh my gosh, how cool is that? So that was Anthem. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. But welcome everybody to EA Play. I'm Andrea Renee, and while you might recognize me from the gaming community, I'm kind of a new face around here. So this year, EA wanted to change things up because they know that I'm both a gamer and a fan. So they invited me to come and host the show, and I think this year is going to be a lot of fun, you guys.
Ils nous font une Ubisoft quand Ubisoft a arrêté de le faire. J'adore parce qu'elle parle de des gamers qui peuvent venir jouer au jeu gratuitement, mais c'est le prix de l'entrée à l'E3, c'est pas gratuit de venir jouer au jeu.
Last month, but we've got some new stuff to show you today. Then we're going to move on to FIFA 19, and boy, do they have some. I'm going to come back towards the end of the show with some of my favorite developers to give you guys a nice, meaty look at Anthem. And of course, yeah, we got the woos for Anthem. I'm into it. You want to do this with me? Well, it wouldn't be fun, you guys, if I told you all the secrets at once, right? Well, give him a break. He needs to just enjoy the show. So without further ado, let's get things started.
Alors cette fois ils ont mis des hommes, tu vois. C'est les mecs de Battlefield 1. Ça c'est les Suédois de DICE.
Right, it's time to kick this thing off. It's been 2 weeks since the reveal of Battlefield 5. And you know what? It's been exciting, it's been a lot of speculation, and so many brilliant remixes of a reveal trailer. But there's also been lots and lots of questions from the community. And we've heard you want to see more gameplay innovations. You want to know how customization actually works. We want to know more about our take on the Second World War. So today, we'll show you more gameplay and why this is the deepest and most immersive battlefield yet.
It certainly is.
Comme tous les ans.
You will be able to dive and smash through windows to surprise your enemies. Where previously defenses were stationary, you will now be able to move these weapons around on the battlefield and gain advantages. And our renowned destruction system is back and more impactful than ever. So, well, you can't really hide from those pesky
quand on a la phrase is back, j'ai envie de péter des câbles. C'est Battlefield Bad Company 2 qu'on voit là.
And you will now be able to customize your soldiers, your vehicles and your weapons, not only for the gameplay but for the looks.
Hop là, c'est bon. Est-ce que niveau Top Gun est bon? Il y a un noir, il y a une meuf, il y a l'asiate, c'est bon?
C'est bon. You're going to see a lot more of our new gameplay systems here at EA Play from our community. So, let's talk about our single player in War Stories.
Yes, let's do that. So, we want to tell you about those untold stories that got us excited to start with on this game.
C'est intéressant parce que c'est comme Battlefield 1 en fait, c'est-à-dire que ils disent que c'est la réalité et puis en fait bon.
It is about witnessing the war through the eyes of the men.
Parce que tu sais, il y avait une fille avec des rouges à lèvres comme ça sur le champ de bataille, c'est
real and relatable people facing the brutality of war. We started off by an exclusive look at the Nordlys war story over at the Xbox briefing tomorrow.
Thanks, Lasse. Something not to miss tomorrow. So, our launch in October is just the beginning. You will all go on an expanding journey through the Second World War. No loot boxes, no premium pass.
Ah, ça c'était dans le bingo, attends. No premium pass, mais attends, il y aura des DLC, tout le meilleur. Ils disent que octobre.
We'll bring something new. And as part of that journey, after launch, you'll get something I know a lot of you have been asking for.
It's Royal.
Deuxième case du bingo, on en a déjà deux.
It's Royal reimagined for Battlefield. So we bring those pillars of
Déjà deux.
with destruction,
Voilà, attends.
team play, vehicles into this new experience. So we will bring you experience that you haven't played before in Battlefield or anywhere else.
Allez, où?
But more about that later this year.
So with that, it's time to show you what makes Battlefield so special. It's the unmatched intensity of our multiplayer sandbox, and this time, it's even more epic, fighting across multiple maps and modes. Welcome to your next Battlefield experience, and this is your first look at ground operations. And this time, even featuring music.
Ah, bien, c'est de la musique, ça change. Donc c'est mode opération, ok, donc ce qu'il y avait dans Battlefield 1. Faudrait que je puisse cocher les pastilles là, sur le bingo. J'aurais dû l'imprimer. En fait, quelque part, je trouve que c'est assez intelligent ce qu'ils font, un petit peu comme Battlefield 1, c'est-à-dire que au lieu de refaire les trucs qu'on a vu 100 fois cette Deuxième Guerre mondiale, et bah ils vont chercher des trucs un peu pas connus. Donc là, peut-être que c'est, je sais pas moi, les campagnes en Finlande par exemple. Donc, la salle applaudit un jeu sans doute box et Battle Royale. Ouais, bah c'est ça. C'est, bah on aura le front vraiment au nord, quoi. Direct FIFA, bam. C'est quoi? C'est la suite de l'histoire de Alex Hunter. Parce qu'on a envie de connaître l'histoire de Alex Hunter. Tout le monde s'en bat les couilles de l'histoire de Alex Hunter. Mais ils ont changé. Et prendre un portugais qui parle maintenant. Hein. Bref. Ah, la Ligue des Champions? C'est nouveau ou il avait toujours eu? Bon, vous arrêtez de remixer la musique là? Qu'est-ce qu'il va faire Aiden là?
The world's biggest league joins the world's game. And a special thanks to the legendary Hans Zimmer and LA's own Vince Staples for collaborating with us on the trailer. I really love the trailer because it captures our epic vision for how the Champions League comes to life.
On bah RIP PES hein. Parce que si FIFA a l'UEFA maintenant comme partenaire, bah c'est voilà, fini quoi.
And all that's just the beginning.
De toute façon, cette année, j'étais
As you know, the heart,
j'étais
soul
hyper
of FIFA
sceptique
is
avec la
gameplay.
conférence Sony
And
chaque
this
année,
year,
et
we're
cette
giving
fois,
you the
c'est vraiment
tools
celle
to
que
control
j'attends le
the
plus.
pitch in every moment, from your tactical approach to the match.
The game with a free World Cup experience on PlayStation 4, Xbox One,
Bravo.
PS, PC,
Voilà,
and Nintendo
enfin.
Switch.
Du
But
contenu
you can
gratuit
take
qui arrive sur
Ronaldo
un
and
FIFA
Portugal to their first World Cup
pour
victory.
la Coupe du Monde. Ça,
Or
enfin, ils ont
you
pas
can
fait un
write
jeu
your own
spécial Coupe du
story
Monde, c'est
with
très
some
honorable.
great nations who
C'est vrai que
didn't
c'était un peu
qualify this year.
ridicule. J'attends l'étape où ils
Or
assumeront
you
et
can
qu'ils
make
feront
your
vraiment des jeux
crazy dream
épisodiques
a
parce qu'il va falloir arrêter les
reality for your
conneries,
home
quoi.
country like
Mais bon,
mine,
Football Manager
Iceland.
reste un des jeux les plus vendus
Who
sur
would
Steam
have
et
thought that the nation
FIFA se
of
vend aussi
only
très bien tous les ans, donc
350,000 people
ça
would ever
continue.
qualify?
Good morning. EA Sports FIFA 9. The greatest disruption to the consumption of entertainment media in the last 5 years is the combination of streaming plus subscription. As consumers, watching movies, watching TV, listening to music, reading books has never been easier. And we believe that disruption is going to have a profound impact on our industry in the next few years. And so over the last couple of weeks, you will have seen that we announced a new team from Israel has joined Electronic Arts to help our investment to extend our thinking and extend our pioneering into this cloud gaming world. For many people, that's going to mean extending the experiences they already play on our partner platforms. For others, it's going to mean new games and new modalities of play across a whole variety of platforms. But for everyone, it's going to mean playing games anywhere, anytime. So this week we've got a tech demo running. All of our games streaming in HD from the cloud to multiple
Ouais,
devices.
les gaming dans le cloud,
to be able to try out
non mais
for
ça,
yourself.
éventuellement, oui,
Now,
ça
it's not
va
quite ready
être
for
ça.
full market prime
la
time
finalité
yet,
du truc,
but
mais-
it is a promise of what we hope to bring you in the future. The second part of that, of course, is subscription. And we started subscription a number of years ago, and many millions of you have signed up and experienced the joy of being able to have full access to a great catalog of games. Today, we're announcing Origin Access Premiere. So 3 things you need to know about it.
EA Play, il paraît
Origin
que c'est déjà pas
Access
mal.
Premiere will bring you all of our new
Mais
PC
il faut encore un
games,
truc.
starting with Madden NFL, back on the PC for the first time in over a decade.
Ça bat les couilles. Ça veut dire qu'il y a des
Then FIFA
PCistes qui jouent à
19,
Madden.
Battlefield 5, and of course Anthem. And there'll be many more titles in the years to
En
come.
DM, on va voir ce qu'ils vont monter.
Second, you get access to the Vault, our library of over 100 games from EA and other publishers. And third, it will launch later this summer. So that's a little later in the year, but if you want to
Pas
get
de différence
started
avec
right
le
now
EA
and
Access,
experience
c'est
the
pareil.
benefits and joys of subscription, come in and play a free trial of Origin Access, our base subscription, this weekend. Thank you and have a great show.
Je trouve que c'est juste pour le PC, quoi. Là aussi, c'est parfaitement logique. C'est-à-dire que, en fait, comme Netflix, comme tous les services de streaming, je me rends compte que c'est plus facile de rentabiliser une offre groupée, donc avec un abonnement, quelqu'un paye. Donc tu peux avoir des jeux qui seront pas rentables du tout. Par exemple, si tu dis Need for Speed 60 €, personne n'achète, bah c'est con. Et puis derrière des jeux qui coûtent très très cher. Mais bon, comment on t'aime là. Le problème c'est que je pense que c'est pas bon. Enfin, je pense qu'il y a une erreur stratégique parce que sur PC il y a Steam. Et les gens ils sont sur Steam et ils achètent leurs jeux en solde sur Steam. Et ils vont pas s'emmerder à payer un abonnement Origin.
I just happened to find Mr. Vince Zampella here in the audience from Respawn. What's going on, Vince? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I love this stuff. I love seeing new games.
I mean, someone's super excited
C'est
about
pas fait
that man on
vieux?
PC, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you guys may have seen that Vince was tweeting yesterday, and there has been a bunch of speculation. So, you want to just get right to it?
Sure. I mean, we're not ready to show all of our stuff yet. We're working on a bunch of stuff. It's amazing. The teams are kicking ass. but we wanted to bring a little tidbit. So we've been working with Lucas on getting the name and kind of the setting for what our Star Wars game is going to be, and we're going to talk about it right now.
Oh, you guys got any guesses? I bet you the internet is going wild right now.
I hope so.
C'est vrai qu'ils ont dû rusher après Titanfall pour faire.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Woo! So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
C'est la
So
suite
it kind
de
of gives you some idea that
Jedi
you'll
Outcast,
be
peut-être.
playing a Jedi.
So does that mean I get to like hold a lightsaber?
Yes.
So Vince, you got anything else?
Well, it takes place during the dark times. Trying to be a little vague here, but when the Jedis are being hunted, so it's gonna be
Oh putain.
So
Ouais.
for all the hardcore nerds out there who want to know like where in the timeline, like between
Après
which
l'épisode 3 du coup.
episodes is it?
Between 3 and 4.
Okay.
Très,
All
très
right,
bonne
between
période.
3 and 4. That sounds like a nice time. You got any other tidbits?
It's not a nice.
It's a dark time.
It's a dark time.
Putain, faut pas qu'ils forcent ça.
Bad
Faut
time.
pas qu'ils
Does
forcent
that mean
ça.
it's gonna just be all dark and serious?
It's amazing.
All right, so I think people are now anxiously want to know, like, when can we play the game?
It will be holiday of next year, 2019, not this year.
Putain, bon,
Sorry
faut
to
retourner à la
dash any
Gamescom l'année
hope.
prochaine.
But now that we know, we can set expectations. We're all going to be amped up, and hopefully we'll hear more from you maybe next year.
Oh yeah.
Well, Vince, it was great to see you. Thanks for stopping by the show today. We do have a little bit more news on Star Wars,
Bon,
so I'm
j'espère
going
que
to
ce sera
toss
bon,
it
c'est
over to
Respawn quand même.
Dennis.
Hein. J'espère que ça va être bon. Parce que Vince Zampala quand même. Bon. Oh là là, oulalalala. Bon, on s'y attendait. C'est pas dans le bingo ça d'ailleurs, un truc sur Battlefront.
I work at DICE in Stockholm on Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'm really happy and excited to be here today, so thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little bit. So we launched our game in November of last year, and clearly we didn't get it quite right. So instead of coming out of the gate sprinting like we really wanted to, we had to take a step back and make sure that we were delivering the game that our players really wanted. So we decided to completely overhaul our progression system and add a bunch of new character cosmetics for players to collect instead. So from there, we added a new hunt mode inspired by the original Battlefront games that I loved personally, starting with the Ewoks on Endor. And thank you.
Ah, ils ont mis le mode chasse.
It turned out
On les
to be
joue.
by far the most popular update of the game, and the team loved building Ewok Hunt. So,
Ouais, c'est le mode
as you
chasse
might
qui est
know,
revenu.
we're currently in our Han Solo season with content from the movie coming next week. It's headlined by the new planet Kessel, a really dangerous place, and it features the return of one of our favorite modes, Extraction. So looking forward a little bit, this summer we will be introducing a new squad system to the game, which will allow you to team up much easier and play with your friends.
Tu sais, peut-être que dans 2 ans je jouerai au jeu quoi, dès qu'il sera bien fini.
Starfighter mode focused around dogfighting with your hero ships. And looking ahead a little bit more, we will also be delivering a new large-scale multiplayer sandbox experience focused around capturing command posts and attacking and taking out capital ships.
Ouais, bon.
But that's not all. We know that you have been asking for new heroes, villains, and planets from a certain era that features a very iconic Star Wars conflict. So I'm excited to confirm that Battlefront 2 this year will be going deep into the Clone Wars. It's only fitting that we begin on the planet Geonosis, featuring multiple levels, including the largest level we have ever built for Battlefront. So let's talk about the heroes and villains. First, let me introduce the most powerful droid, the leader of the most powerful droid army in the galaxy, General Grievous. And yes,
c'est dingue qu'ils doivent créer la satisfaction sur un personnage, sur un élément de gameplay.
Finally making his debut in Battlefront after all these years. So, but we're not done. That's not it. They will not come alone. Joining them is the Dark Lord and leader of the Separatist Alliance, Count Dooku, as well as someone to bring balance to the Force, Obi-Wan's unruly Padawan, Anakin Skywalker.
Ouais, ouais.
The team at home is extremely excited to be building all of these cool things. EA and DICE are committed to Battlefront. We had a rough start, but I really think that this game has a bright future. Thank you very much for playing the game, providing us with your feedback, talking to us. Together, we will make this the greatest game that we can possibly build. There would be no Battlefront without you. So thank you, may the Force be with you, and enjoy the rest of E3. Thanks.
Oh, c'est plutôt humble, mais le mec vient te dire qu'il s'ajoute 4 personnages et une map, quoi. Ça, c'est les jeux indés, du coup, qui présentent. Ou c'est le prochain Tomb Raider. Oh, la suite! J'ai toujours pas joué à Unravel. C'est que je n'ai pas joué à Uber White non plus, qui était un peu mon coup de cœur de l'E3 d'année dernière et qui était à la conférence EA justement.
Hi, it's really good to see you. In Unravel, we used yarn to symbolize love and the bonds between people. In our new game, we tear that bond up right at the start. You lose everything, including your spark. But when things are at their darkest, you find hope. And you form a new bond. And your spark is rekindled. And it leads you off on an adventure. So welcome to Unravel 2.
Ok. Ok, on va voir. Parce que c'est juste...
It's a game about fresh starts and second chances. These two little souls refuse to give up and build something new and beautiful together. And the whole game is inspired by that spirit of optimism and togetherness. You see, it's all made to be played with two characters. You can play it alone, or you can play it in co-op with a friend, but there's always two characters there, sharing one yarn and working together to get through this adventure.
Si je joue tout seul, je comprends pas ce qu'il fait l'autre.
This game, it's quite different from the first. It's both friendlier and more challenging, but above all, it's a lot more playful. And we think it's a worthy successor. And I want to show it to you now, so I brought some help. So please welcome Michael to the stage. He's a producer at Coldwood. And we're going to try to show you a little bit of what I'm talking about how you can play the game in co-op with yourself, essentially.
Okay.
So this wasn't prepared.
There we are. So when you're playing it by yourself, you can essentially pick up the other character and carry them along through the more fast-paced segments of the game.
Ça c'est beau en tout cas.
And we actually tried to include a bit more of those.
Le stream est en 1080p 60.
It's a co-op game. We wanted to have more like thrill and danger and kind of wow moments.
C'est plus un jeu d'aventure.
Like fun and exciting.
En tout cas, c'est magnifique.
And then when you get to the more puzzly areas like this, when you're problem solving, you can split apart into two and switch back and forth between the two characters.
Ah, tu contrôles de manière alternative les deux personnages.
That's how we've essentially designed all the problems and puzzles of the game, that you're always working together and helping each other out and utilizing this bond between you to overcome any obstacle that you come across. So I guess I'll jump in at this
Yeah,
point.
come join me. So I'm gonna be the red one.
Okay.
You'll be the blue one.
I'll be blue. A little celebratory flip there.
Ça fait très train du coup là, l'idée de devoir progresser. Tu peux le jouer tout seul, mais à deux et du coup tu fais les mêmes choses, mais chacun fait une action quoi. C'est vraiment train pour le coup. Et train c'est génial.
Right.
Train 2 est vraiment génial.
Nice. And I'll catch you.
There you go. Can I swing now?
Okay, you go ahead. So here it goes.
Oh.
Okay, this is the scary part. Let's see if we can do it. Got it?
Là par contre faut être synchro parce que du coup
Oh,
putain, un gars fait une erreur, l'autre avec le fil il repart. Enfin je sais pas comment ça marche le fil mais...
Oh, faster. Oh, sweet, well done. Okay, I'll go up and distract the grouse. You can.
I'll sneak up here.
Okay, your turn.
Yeah, look at me. There you go.
keep him over to the left. Now I'll go.
All right. Now
I'll
pull you
come
up. There you go.
Ouais.
Now we can breathe again.
Yeah, finally.
Or can we? So that's a quick little look at Unravel 2, yeah, I really hope you like it. And before I go, I just want to send some love to the team back home because working on this game has been a completely amazing team effort on so many levels, and everybody has worked so hard. So there's a bunch of us from Coldwood here, and thank you to those, and thank you to everybody back home, and thank you. Love you.
Ça a l'air quand même mieux à deux en fait, hein. Parce que tout seul du coup, ouais. La plupart des puzzles à remplir à deux, tu vas devoir vraiment dire bon, celui-là il est dans cette position fixe et avec l'autre je fais l'action. Bon.
Thank you, Martin, and the brilliant team at Coldwood. The game is really strong. These guys have done an amazing job, and it's clear that they have a lot of passion, and I can't personally wait to play Unravel 2 with my kids. But what's even more amazing is that we will make Unravel 2 available to everyone today. Yep, you heard that right.
Ouais,
You'll be
toujours ça.
able to take
Ça dans
these two
Bingo d'ailleurs.
Yarnies on their next big adventure starting today. The game is finished, it's out.
J'avoue que ça c'est surprenant parce qu'ils n'ont pas parlé du tout, ils disent ah bah voilà.
In March that game caught fire. It's innovative, it's fun, and it's something fresh and new, and you all loved it. We saw over 2 million players in the first 2 weeks. And A Way Out is such a huge success that Joseph and his team are expanding and moving into a new studio. So stories like this drive our industry, and it's why we will continue
Au buyout,
to work with
le
independent
coup de génie c'était de le
developers to
vendre
help them
30
realize
€, je crois,
their
30 $, enfin bref, ils l'ont pas
Which
vendu au
leads
prix
us
fort et
to
du
our
coup
next
ça faisait un
key
jeu
originals
hyper
title
attractif si
from a
t'achètes,
little
tu
game
joues avec tes
studio in
potes.
Berlin called Joe My Games. When I met this team and I saw the game, I was instantly drawn to how personal this story was. It's one that carries a very powerful and important message, and it's unlike anything we have ever done. So please welcome Connie Gepper to the stage from Joe My Games to tell you more about Sea of Solitude.
I still remember during the pitch how enthusiastic Patrick was, and that afterwards, like, our whole team, including me, were super excited. It actually feels a little bit the same right now. I'm pretty excited, maybe a little too excited.
Putain, à chaque fois les gens, putain, à chaque fois t'as des gens, ils sont...
Thank you.
Ils sont pas prêts à être sur scène en fait.
We are Yomai, a small indie game studio from Berlin, and we are
Yeah, I can hear that you're from Berlin.
Sea of Solitude, or SOS as we call it. The whole journey from the very first concept to actually becoming
D'habitude les Allemands ils parlent bien anglais.
EA Originals is simply amazing. Let me tell you more about our game. When humans get too lonely, they turn into monsters. This is at the core of everything you will see, hear, and hopefully feel while playing SOS. What makes this underlying concept so important and so unique is that nearly every human being can at least somehow relate to or remember the feeling of being lonely. In my case, I started writing the story when I felt the loneliest in my life. I think as an artist, you process your emotional world by letting it out and putting it into your art. I'm still amazed how the concept seems to just float out of me like right into the head and onto the paper. I think this is also why so many people can instantly connect with the game, because it's not a made-up story, even though that it takes place in a fantastic setting. In SOS, we try to show how people experience different kinds of loneliness, but also how outsiders, friends, and families see those who struggle. We achieve all this in playful ways so that players who want to simply enjoy a fantastic experience can do so, but a player who wants to look a bit deeper can reveal a whole emotional world beneath it all. Sea of Solitude is about a young woman named Kay who is suffering from such strong loneliness that her inner feeling, the darkness, the anger, the hopelessness, worthlessness, turns to the outside and she becomes a monster. The game is about finding out why this happened to her, but also how to turn her back into a human. Ultimately, the goal is to bring all those emotions into balance. Some need to become bigger, some would be better off a little smaller, but to embrace even your destructive part or your self-doubt in the same way you embrace your joy or your hope. This is what being human is all about. And that's what our game is all about. Thank you. Is this real?
This world that I live in.
C'est intéressant que tu aies des jeux indés qui aient des choses à raconter, il faut qu'il y ait des choses à raconter par le gameplay. Pour l'instant, on n'a pas compris une seule brique de gameplay. De gameplay, tout à fait. Et si c'est pour faire un walking simulator, comme on disait à l'époque, mais qui est toujours valable aujourd'hui, ça ne sert pas à grand chose malheureusement.
Alone in my room, I tremble for you.
Et bah effectivement, on n'a rien compris au gameplay. Est-ce qu'il y aura de la plateforme de réflexion? On ne sait pas, et c'est très triste parce qu'un jeu vidéo c'est du gameplay. C'est pas j'ai une idée et je vais la mettre en image. C'est une idée, je la mets en gameplay. Oh putain. Je retourne à l'huile de palme. Hein.
And this is my squad.
J'ai compté, ça intéresse 6 personnes dans la salle. Parce qu'il y a un mec avec un t-shirt Equality.
It's a big night for young Kiv. He's been stuck at the quarterfinals.
And here he is now in his first championship game, looking to accomplish a goal.
3rd and 4, throws it low. T.Y. drops it.
Est-ce que les e-sporteux vont gueuler? Parce que si les e-sporteux ils gueulent, ça fait un point sur le bingo. Mais c'est au PC Gaming Show qu'il y aura les e-sporteurs. Bah si c'est bon là, ça compte là. Commentateur d'e-sport qui gueule. Ils buglent pas forcément comme des cons, mais moi je pourrais les commenter dedans quand même. Ah bah voilà. Qu'est-ce qui bug là? On sait pas, hein. On l'avait, hein. Des commentateurs e-sportifs buglent sur scène. Ah ouais.
Wow, already starting. Okay. Hi everybody, I'm Juju Smith-Schuster from the Pittsburgh Steelers. As you guys can see, king of touchdown celebrations. That's pretty fire. I like that a lot. As you guys know, this is Young Kid, Madden 18, Madden champion. Like, give it up for Young Kid, y'all. Give it up. Young Kid, how has it been? You know, your success and your path, you know, to where you're at today.
It's I've always been a competitor. When I was in high school,
je suis fasciné par le jogging.
So then I picked up Madden,
et le survêt jaune.
I was really bad. I was getting blown out online, but I kept at it. I put more and more time into it. Eventually, I made my first tournament, but I had a big decision. It was the same time as my graduation.
Wow. Okay. So you beat the number one player in that first round of baseball. That's one. Number two, you said you had the decision to your graduation from the tournament. So like, what did you do? I chased that money. So I told him I chased that money. There you go. Chasing money. That's awesome. Okay. Now the past two, you know, the past few years.
Ah, c'est cringe.
How has it been for you? I know you had some ups and downs.
I'm Nathanius, professional shoutcaster, here alongside Redwood Studios General Manager Michael Martinez. How you doing today?
I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah, we're going to do this presentation a little bit differently and give you your first look at a brand new mobile game in a live, winner-take-all, head-to-head match. Michael, why don't you tell us the rules?
Sure thing. The objective is straightforward. Destroy the opponent's base to win. Unit control, super simple. Just tap the destination, unit automatically moves there. The most efficient way to destroy the opponent's base is with this giant nuclear missile in the center of the map. Control the missile by standing on a majority of the control points. A bar fills up while the missile is possessed. Whoever controls the missile when the bar fills up will fire the missile. Takes 2 missiles to destroy the enemy's base.
Il nous présente un jeu mobile comme il y en a des centaines de milliers sur le store, développé à l'arrache par des stagiaires en Inde.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have an awesome matchup lined up for you here today. Fighting for the blue side of the room. If you could please give a cheer for one of the most formidable RTS players there is. Make the competitive background.
Ça va tenir 2 semaines votre jeu.
It really is. I can't wait.
All right, are the players
non mais
ready?
évidemment, le jeu mobile évidemment.
Ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
All right, let's kick this off. Nice little strategy game for those of you out there.
C'est pas du RTS, c'est du RTS, mais c'est du MOBA, je veux dire, avec une carte si petite que ça. Pas de stratégie.
Have been deployed and the action begins like any strategy game. Economy will be the focus. We have a harvester to start things off. Nothing too crazy yet.
Nothing too crazy.
Now the infantry is going to come out to hold that top.
C'est des jeux de tactique, c'est pas juste stratégie ça, voilà. Hop là, tac tac tac, le plus rapide, le truc qui recharge, celui-là. Ouais, tu peux jouer à Star Wars Force Arena, c'est marrant pendant une semaine, ouais.
Right, let's see if he's able to create a 2-on-1. Is he able to get there? Looks like he's getting there. Here comes GDI with a Rhino. It's going to rip up those infantry.
Puis après tu gagnes de meilleures unités en progressant et puis à chaque partie gagnée tu gagnes des cartes et puis il faut attendre pour les ouvrir et puis tu peux payer pour les ouvrir et puis tu peux payer pour en obtenir. Ah c'est triste. Putain, on n'avait pas vu venir celle-là. Ils te disent ouais, on soutient des développeurs indés et tout, ils font des jeux, et puis après ils te montrent ça en conférence. Je sais pas si c'est préparé ou pas, mais s'ils ont préparé que ça dure le double de temps de prévu. Hein. Il a même plus son harvester, le rouge. Là. Ils ont un truc qui récupère pour des diamants, mais c'est-à-dire que le mec de droite il récupère plus rien. Il a déjà perdu la moitié de sa base. Je sais pas combien de temps ça m'a attiré, la base c'est la barre qui se charge en bas je crois.
From Nick at Night to try and secure those positions. He brings up the laser infantry on the south side as well to deal with that tank. Going for counters, trying to scout out and see what your opponent is doing and make the proper response is so important in stress.
On voit qu'il y a un concept de losange avec les cases, ce qui est intéressant pour placer les gens et tout. Bon, allez.
Next missile is gonna end it.
Next missile wins. Let's see what happens.
We'll have control. The Wolverines, as you pointed out, for in control coming out to try and deal with these.
Je comprends pas comment le mec de rouge a pu remonter alors qu'il avait plus de diamants, il a plus de. C'est bleu qui prend tous les diamants. Je comprends pas comment le rouge a pu avoir toutes ces unités là.
If in control can get this in position, he's going to do some serious damage.
That missile just past halfway ready. He's also bringing out his first air unit.
Wow.
To deal with those.
A lot going on here.
It's got a lot of range, that big boy. It's in control, just needs to hold.
This missile is nearly going to fire.
It can be stolen at any point.
Where is it going to go? Is he going to be able to get it off?
He's got it, Max.
There it is.
He's gonna take it. Defeating Nick at Night here
legit.
2-1.
Dude, that was epic. Amazing. Thanks so much. Thanks, guys. I just need to make damage tanks, so that's my job. Let's hear it for Danius. Nick at Night, taking control. Ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw was a worldwide reveal of Command & Conquer Rivals. Rivals reimagines the real-time strategy experience for mobile.
T'as vu, tout le monde dit que c'est de la merde et dès qu'il te donne le nom de la licence, les gens font ah mais après c'est trop bien. Bah non, c'est un MOBA de merde. C'est comme quand Square Enix publie un Tower Defense et qu'ils appellent ça Final Fantasy.
Now Rivals will be coming to iOS and Android devices, but I'm excited to announce that Android players can play the pre-alpha today. So head to the Google Play Store, search Command & Conquer Rivals. The studio has been having an absolute blast playing this game, and we can't wait for you to play. Please let us know what you think.
Ouais, bon.
Command & Conquer for a new generation. Now, before we close the show with a spectacular epic anthem, I wanted to share a few final things. I am blessed to be able to work with some of the most creative people on the planet who come to work every day to create amazing entertainment. And what I can say about all of those teams and what I can say about us is that we are always trying to learn and listen and strive to be better. And so, as you look at the 10 experiences that you're going to see today, and as you play games this week, there's some things we hope come through. First, that at the very core is choice, is that you as players get to choose how you play, what you play, when you play, and what devices you play on. That in making those choices, you feel you are treated fairly, that no one is given an unfair advantage or disadvantage for how they choose to play. That for every moment that you invest, we know that you put so much of your life into the games we make, and that for every moment that you invest, you feel like you are rewarded and you are given value for that investment. And most importantly, that the games are fun, that we move past the grind, and that these are experiences that truly enhance your lives. And so, as we think through all the things that we're trying to do, know that we want to be better and that we want to make great games. And that as much as we love making games and as much as you love playing them, there's something that is even greater that we can do together. The power of this community when we come together to do amazing things is
Tout le monde parle
profound.
de Sea of Solitude en disant ça a l'air trop bien, c'est beau. Il y a quelqu'un qui dit ça a l'air plus intéressant tant au niveau de la forme que du fond. Le fond j'aime bien mais la forme.
Can be a positive force for social impact. Millions of you out there participated in 9 in-game challenges in our games, logging millions of hours in support of Play to Give. And to celebrate that, we contributed a total of $1 million to 3 charities that share our vision for a more inclusive world. A world where representation and equality are not something we strive for, they are the standards. And where bullying and exclusion are not an everyday thread. These three organizations, the United Nations He for She, PACE's National Bullying Prevention Center, and Ditch the Label, an anti-bullying organization, all are doing great work, and we're proud to support them through Play to Give. And thank you for your support.
C'est une raison de plus pour ne plus jouer aux jeux EA, quoi.
Thousands of us at EA and millions of you together doing immeasurable good because we love games. Thanks for being with us, and thanks for the incredible privilege of making games for all of you. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at Anthem.
Quoi? Okay.
The gods vanished and left our world in chaos, creating, altering, destroying. The anthem is all that remains.
There's a storm coming. These walls can't protect us forever.
Something is out there. It wants to destroy us all.
Bon, ok, applaudissez, d'accord, si vous voulez. On n'a pas vu une seule break de gameplay. Ah, attention. Parce que c'est un MMO, il me semble, du coup. Ah bon, ils vont venir en parler. Bah, au début c'était vachement cool et puis après j'ai lâché.
Like me, have had tons of questions about Anthem since last year because we're all BioWare fans. So we're going to do something a little bit different for the rest of the show. We're going to take a deep dive into Anthem.
Je suis désolé.
So I'm going to bring up some members of the BioWare team to chat with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Casey Hudson, Mark Dara, and Kathleen Rutzard. Alright, thanks guys. Thanks for coming out today. Just got a little game to show, right?
Yep.
It's going to be very exciting. So Casey, we're going to go ahead and just jump right in and get started with you. So now, we know that you all started, or Casey, you started your career at BioWare way back in the day, but you took a couple years off. But before you came back, you actually worked on Anthem before you left.
Yeah, that's right. So, you know, first of all, it's amazing to be back. It's awesome to be making games for BioWare fans. You know, we have the best fans, so it's been super satisfying to come back to it, and you know, I just want to be able to continue.
We have the best fans, ouais, c'est ça. Ouais.
Where it started with Anthem is just thinking about.
Best fans, les gars, c'est des projets, c'est Naughty Dog. Hein.
We wanted to create
Désolé.
a brand new world for people to discover. You know, a whole new world of story and character. But we also wanted to do something that was, you know, more of a dynamic and living world, a game that would change every time you came back and played it. We also wanted to do something where, you know, if you wanted to invite your friends into it, then you could do that as well. So that was really the initial vision of the game, not an MMO, not a multiplayer game with stories sort of bolted on this side, but something new and different, and I think the team has really captured that vision over the years.
Okay.
Your fans really love the stories from BioWare, but I think we're kind of curious how you're planning to make story work in this shared world.
So a great story for BioWare is really about characters that you can have a connection with, choices you get to make, and feeling like the story is about you. In a lot of multiplayer games, those things get diluted because you're mixing multiplayer and storytelling into the same areas. Now you can build a solution to that, but you have to really build it into the core of the game. And that's what we've tried to do with Anthem. So what we call
The Division, ils ont
our
essayé.
world, my story. So when you're out in the open world, the world is really dangerous and you're focused on your mission. And this is where other players get to play with you. The thing that's really interesting about this, it's unique for Anthem, is that this is a living shared world. So whether there's weather or it's nighttime, what we're experiencing together. Everyone that's playing Anthem at a moment is seeing the same thing. And this is what we mean when we talk about our world. It's a shared world that we all experience together. But then when I finish my mission, I come back to a base like Fort Tarsus. And this is a single player experience. I turn in my rewards, I talk to some characters, I experience the choices of my action. And this is where your story really lives and breathes. And by doing it this way, we're able to combine
C'est quand même un MMO, c'est-à-dire que tu as un monde partagé et puis tu parles des personnages de manière individuelle dans un hub quoi. Enfin.
And we're also designing it so that we can add story for years to come. So one of the first things that we hear when from our community is they want to continue to play in our worlds when they've finished Mass Effect or Dragon Age.
Je sais pas comment était le Star Wars The Old Republic, mais ça m'a l'air du même gabarit quand même.
Actually add more story for years to come, and it could be anything. A new moment with a character that you've grown to love, or an event in the world that.
Moi je veux bien, mais il faut que l'histoire soit bien, mais vraiment bien. Après c'est tout, après le gameplay je pense qu'il va suivre, il n'y aura pas de souci. Hein. Que ce soit pas du grind. Mais après s'ils vendent des contenus supplémentaires en plus, bah si c'est pas hors de prix, pourquoi pas.
Well, what's really exciting for us, and not just the writers, but all of the devs, the designers, the artists, is that we're creating something new and mysterious for players to discover. So at the heart of the premise of Anthem is a world left unfinished by the gods.
Vraiment vu que c'est BioWare, effectivement c'est l'histoire qui va compter.
Those tools are in constant conflict with this unknowable force called the anthem of creation, and the chaos of those things pushing
against cette idée de on fait pas un jeu multi, mais en fait un peu aussi quand même quoi.
Yeah, violent storms, mutated creatures, gigantic monsters.
C'est vrai que c'est assez unique d'avoir tout le monde en même hub. Peut-être je sais pas moi, qui fait ça, Elite Dangerous. Par exemple, en théorie t'as qu'une seule instance quoi.
It's just how much work goes into creating a new intellectual property or IP, as we've been saying. Now, you know, we've seen all these different creatures, and Mark, you mentioned the storms. What's the process of creating a game like from scratch?
Yeah, it's something we've done a few times at BioWare. You know, and really the hardest part is getting started, just kind of getting off the blank page. So what we try to do is we think about the new experiences that we're trying to unlock for players. So like, what is the fantasy fulfillment? What are the new things you actually get to go and do that are different from what you've played before? So that's where we start. And then once we think about those things, you know, that's the power of creating new IP, especially for games, is that you actually get to build a whole fictional universe that's meant to bring out a certain experience. And then once we do that, then we still need to build all the rest of the stuff. And what unlocks us creatively is to think about like principles around art style, tone, and even the technology and the politics of our new world. And then from there, we can actually go and build out every last detail.
Yeah, and one of the unique challenges for Anthem is that it's a world, an experience that's meant to feel alive, like it's happening right now. And so the world is always changing, whether the storms, seasons, and yeah, it's a really great concept to write for, because what it means is it gives us the opportunity to drop into the world, almost in real time, a dramatic event that changes the world for everyone. And that could be anything from gameplay to lore.
Intéressant.
I mean, all of the moving parts in the dynamic world.
J'attends toujours que ça marche vraiment, c'est-à-dire vraiment dire qu'il y a un monde et ça évolue et vraiment tout le monde est marqué par les événements.
It really all comes back to your character. So let's talk about who we're going to be playing as and why we're fighting these crazy
C'est
beasts.
pour ça que pour l'instant, un des meilleurs multi c'est GTA, hein, où ils ajoutent du contenu tout le temps, nouveaux braquages, nouvelles entreprises, nouvelles manières de, nouveaux types de missions.
But on top of that, our ancient rivals, the Dominion, have they've discovered a way they think to weaponize the anthem of creation, and so we need to stop them and protect the free people of Tarsus.
Now, I've heard you call this power armor a couple different things. Is it a suit? Is it a javelin? Like, what's the canon term here?
We call them javelins, and there are 4, and they each have unique abilities. There's the Ranger,
Okay, bon.
and then there's the Colossus, the Interceptor, and finally the Storm.
Yeah, so each javelin gives you a different way to play the game. But the thing to remember is, like Kathleen said, you're not your suit. You are a freelancer, a pilot, which means you can decide which suit you want to use based on your mood, based on the mission you want to engage in, or the javelins that your friends are using. So really what this allows us to do is we've built the suits to look like they're built from the materials of the world. So they each have their own unique abilities. So let's take a look at the Ranger now. The Ranger is a more generalized suit, able to do a lot of different things, really designed for up-close and personal combat, one-on-one for the most part. The Colossus is heavier, more specialized, but able to really pack in big weapons that let them devastate the battlefield.
I'm just going to say the Storm looks like it's going to be my favorite. I'm sure you guys out there are picking your faves right now, too. So the javelins look awesome, but we're going to take a couple questions right now. So Casey tweeted, some of you may have seen, asking for people out there to send us your questions. And the first one is going to be from @It'sSweetNicole, who asks, as a player who is all about making their character their own, what kind of customization options will be available in Anthem?
Yeah, so we really want players to
C'est pas du tout des questions préparées, ça, n'est-ce pas? Ah, c'est moche. Ah oui, ce sera payant ou pas? Dégueulasse. Oh, Mass Effect.
We want teams to be able to do this as well. And because you're going to be using a javelin for a long period of time, we really want you to be able to make it your own.
I'm glad you brought that up, because actually, Jay Legato has a question connected to customization.
C'est étonnant, la réponse parfaitement calibrée. Oh là là, la bonne question. Oh là là, étonnant cette question. Totalement random.
We have some cosmetics and vanity items that you'll be able to purchase, but you're always going to know what you're going to buy before you spend any money on it. So no loot boxes, no ability to pay for power.
Bon, c'est pas trop mal.
Les
gens applaudissent le fait qu'ils aient le droit d'acheter, de payer pour ce qu'ils veulent acheter. Notez bien ça, ils applaudissent parce qu'ils ont le choix de ce qu'ils peuvent acheter. En même temps, les lootbox sont devenus illégales dans plusieurs pays maintenant, bon...
Well, I'm glad to hear that I can make my javelin pink. That's really all I wanted to know, I'm going to be honest. Right, we talked earlier about this being a co-op experience. So can you tell me a little bit about how the team gameplay in Anthem is going to work?
Yeah, it really is about, you know, the fun of teaming up as a team of superheroes and working together. So you want to get a few people together of different classes. So, you know, I think here we're going to see the Colossus, you know, just hammering people on the ground in gameplay, if we can have a look at that. So heavy artillery,
donc il n'y a pas du tout de PVP, hein,
you know, in melee combat. And then here you've got the
Ranger peut sauver le jeu, parce qu'il peut sauver le jeu.
And then they're using combos and special abilities and stuff like that. But what I love is you don't just run around, you're swimming and flying as well.
So it's interesting because at the Slate Tones
pour que ça marche, il faut que le monde soit très grand pour que ça fonctionne. Parce que vu que tu te déplaces vite à 360 degrés, il faut vraiment qu'il fasse un monde très grand, sinon tu vas te faire chier très vite. Après il y a de l'espoir, vu que c'est BioWare qui fasse une vraie histoire, pas comme... ce soit pas juste du grind à la Destiny.
By yourself is going to be a little bit more challenging than if the team of 4 people. And we've really tried to balance the co-op experience to be fun even for people that don't normally engage in this kind of thing. So I really hope that everyone at least gives co-op a try.
Okay, that's good to know. If you want to roll solo, you can, but it's just going to be a little bit more difficult. Well, I know you all are on the edges of your seats. how about we show a little gameplay? Yeah? You guys want that? All right, so Kathleen, I think you're gonna set this up for us?
I will. So, you and your friends have decided to play a mission called Scars and Villainy. The Scars have put together an acid-based super weapon, so you gotta take them out. So you start in the Strider, which is like a giant walker, and it's your forward base of operations. Okay. You have a conversation with your crew, Halleck, Faye, and Owen, and you'll hear Owen. He's going to talk us through the mission as we experience it here. And yeah, then you just get into your javelin suit and you head out with your friends.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mark, Casey, Kathleen, for talking to me about Anthem today. We're going to go ahead and roll the gameplay now. Enjoy, everybody.
Freelancer, time to get to work.
Faye said these bastards made some kind of acid. They're using it as a weapon. So, find where they're making this garbage and shut it all down.
Alors, je disais que la compression abîme pas mal le jeu. Je pense que visuellement ça va être cool.
What's the plan here?
Picking up loads of scars nearby.
Faut juste pas oublier d'optimiser à la fin sur PC.
Be careful.
Il y a beaucoup de pyrotechnie. La question c'est est-ce qu'il y aura de la difficulté à 4. Bon, ils ont dit que tout ça ce serait faut voir vraiment si à la langue il n'y a pas un problème de variété d'ennemis. Faut vraiment qu'il y ait une histoire parce que sinon ça va faire comme Destiny et les gens vont se faire chier. La plouf. Mais bizarrement, en fait, c'est ça. Faut réussir à faire le mix entre les. Parce que c'est vrai que très souvent, les jeux solo arrivent à rester motivants tout le long. Enfin, je sais pas, je pense à Horizon ou Assassin's Creed, ça arrive à fonctionner en solo. Alors que les jeux multi, bizarrement, on se lasse beaucoup plus vite. Ou alors, faut faire. Faut apporter du contenu très régulièrement. Comme Warframe, par exemple, mais qui est un free-to-play. C'est vrai qu'on peut. On pourrait parler de Warframe, tiens, c'est intéressant. C'est quand même très généreux et très riche pour un free-to-play. Même s'il y a ce côté grind. La caméra TPS, ça a l'air ouf hein, pour viser. Je sais pas, c'est bizarre.
Return them to the relic. You've got to silence it fast.
Là tout est... Ouais, pour que ce soit jouissif, il faut que tout soit bien, le level design. Pas juste tu vas du point A au point B, on te met des ennemis entre les deux et puis c'est joli.
Disaster averted. Do you think we get a bonus for... Wait, something's happening.
What the hell was that?
I think that was whatever laid all the eggs around here. The sound came from below your position. On the plus side, this definitely counts toward hazard pay. There's a trail of this acid gunk leading down. Follow it, and we should find the source.
C'est frustrant d'être à pied quand tu es avec le jetpack. Superhero landing. Et les boss. Ouh là là. c'est une grosse araignée visqueuse. Ils ont beaucoup coupé ce gameplay, ils ont coupé toutes les phases où il y a du combat en fait.
I'm so hyped, you guys!
Yep, and that was actually just a short version of the full demo that we brought here to LA. So if you want to come by the Anthem Theater here at EA Play, you can check out the game live.
On verra que, j'espère pouvoir jouer à la Gamescom.
On everyone's minds, when do we get to play?
So Anthem comes out February 22nd, 2019 on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC.
So mark your calendars, everybody. Fire off your tweets. Thank you so much again to Casey and the entire BioWare team. I know you guys have that awesome theater outside, so I will see you guys there.
All right.
Give it up for Casey Hudson, everybody. I also want to give a big thank you to all of the developers who showcased their games today and everybody working hard at their studios back home around the world. Let's give them all a round of applause. Now, some of what you saw today, you guys have to wait to play. But you guys, EA has so much available right now. Now, for those of you keeping score, you can get your free trial of FIFA 18's World Cup today. And Andrew told us about the free trial of Origin Access. Yarny is back with a buddy in Unravel 2, which is also available today. Plus, you can take on your friends in Command & Conquer Rivals starting today as well. Now, that's a lot of available stuff that's out today. Is anybody ready to go home and download anything? No? You're like, I just want to go outside into the fan fest. I get it. So, I want to let you guys know to keep things going because in just a few moments, the FIFA 18 World Cup live tournament is going to begin. I'm going to head outside and check out the games, but I want to thank everybody for coming down to EA Play today and watching the press conference, and have a great weekend.
Alors pour résumer, pour faire un récapitulatif rapide, Battlefield 5 on n'a rien vu. Enfin, clairement Battlefield 5 c'est très léger. Battlefront 2 s'améliore doucement. Unravel 2 ça a l'air cool. L'autre jeu indé pour moi c'est purement narratif, donc bon, j'aimerais qu'on ait un peu plus de gameplay tout simplement, que les gens vont s'exprimer que c'est bien, mais par les jeux vidéo c'est mieux. Et après bon, les jeux mobiles, les jeux de sport et EA qui essaye d'améliorer son image de pire éditeur de jeux vidéo en faisant des partenariats avec des associations égalitaristes ou je sais pas quoi. Voilà, hein. En disant mais vous savez, être égalitariste c'est pas notre ambition, c'est un standard pour nous. Ouais, on a bien vu, c'est un standard, on a bien compris ça. Ça s'appelle du tokenisme. Et voilà. Bon, et bien sur ce on va se laisser là sans plus. Demain soir c'est la conférence Microsoft, je crois, si je ne dis pas de bêtises. On va regarder conférence Xbox à 22 h dimanche 10 juin. Voilà, peut-être que je serai accompagné, on verra. Donc, je pense que je vais garder ce format parce que je trouve ça un petit peu con de faire en live, parce qu'en général chacun regarde des lives directs ou avec un coverage, je sais pas, il y en a qui veulent regarder Julien Chiez par exemple, qui va vous demander constamment d'envoyer des tweets, parce que c'est très important pour eux d'avoir des tweets et d'être en mention et tout. Mais voilà, moi je vous laisse ici, et la prochaine vidéo devrait sortir demain.